Zoro's a tough guy, and like Luffy, not interested in getting married, but he still has his fair share of shippings. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to talk about another One Piece shipping. And this time we're going to be talking about Zoro and Nico Robin. Now, before I get into it, I want to just say it was tough for me to decide on this one because I still remember when I was always thinking, should it be Tashigi or Nico Robin? Because with Tashigi looking like Kuina and stuff, it made sense there, not to mention how she kind of talked like her too. But as time went on and I kept looking at it, I was like, maybe it's more Robin than it is Tashigi with Zoro. And let's elaborate on it a bit here. Because why do I believe Nico Robin is a more better fit for Zoro? Well, let's just say that she is one of the few people out there that knows about a side Zoro deeply tries to keep to himself and not let anybody else know about. And that's having his soft side and stuff, and the noble sacrifices he makes for his crew. Now, there are some noble sacrifices. He's pretty much done a lot of things for his crew that shows people that he does care. Just they never see how devoted he's been, not the same way that she has. And by that I mean, first off, how she and Sanji are the only ones who have ever known about Zoro's great big sacrifice to save his captain's life. And that's back in Thaler Bark when Koma made him take in all of Luffy's pain. Yes, no one but Nico Robin and Sanji know about it. Nico Robin found out through eavesdropping and stuff, and the reason she wanted to know is because, for one, she shows a great caring for Zoro here. Not as in a caring as like he's a kid and she looks after him like a mother. No, more in the sense of someone she truly does care about. You can say romantic if you want to. Knowing Oda, he probably would be like, that's not what it is. It's just good friends caring for each other. And yeah, that's true. But like I've said before, we, the fandom, just like playing these shipping games and stuff. And don't mind trying to tease things up a bit or hyping things up a bit here. And well, in case for like Zoro, now first off, when it comes to what he thought of Nico Robin at first, of course, he didn't trust her. And no sense in blaming them. They just beat Baroque Works, which she was a part of. But here's what also could be the start to showing that maybe these two could end up having a thing. The fact that Zoro didn't trust her made Nico Robin know that she would, unlike everyone else she bribed their way into and stuff, with Zoro, she knew she had to actually truly show that she meant well and stuff. And yeah, within time, she did, especially after the whole Enies Lobby incident, did he truly believe and trust in her? But that's still not to say before then, he showed great care and devotion to her as he protected her so many times. During pre-time skip, he protected her from Inaru after Inaru had shocked her. And yeah, I'll never forget that scene right there. I'm like, damn, man, right on her forehead. I was even being like, is she dead? Right on the forehead? But no, she wasn't dead, luckily. But either case, Zoro, when he saw that happen, boy, was he pissed. He caught her, but then he looked at an arrow with just anger in his eyes and didn't hesitate to just rush in there and attack him for doing that to her. Oh man, yeah, and he does that with most of the crew, but the way they show his anger whenever it comes to Robin getting hurt, that's something different right there. And yeah, he also was there to protect her when Kuzan, aka Okiji, tried to attack her when they first ever met Aokiji. And no, let's not forget, it was his key that freed Robin back in the Enies Lobby arc. That's not really as important, but it's fun to think about how it was his key right there to do it. And let's not forget, when it comes to Oda, he may not be all that big on showing the romantic scenes and all that stuff. He's still not without foreshadowing a few things here and there, because he always leaves characters around he introduces because he's always got a purpose for them that may not show up right there at that point in the show or the chapters, but later on down the line. So there's something to look into there if you want to. Oh, and Nico Robin herself has shown she like Zoro shows great devotion of protection to him, such as when the fact when he almost was about to be killed by Kazuru, she tried to get him out of the way, and when Zoro in the time scale wanted to be like Luffy, go out fishing under that huge water pressure, she's like, no Zoro, don't do that. But let's not forget also how he's protected her from that octopus guy back on Fishman Island, and when Pika almost tried to attack her and her group when they were trying to get to the palace. As soon as he saw them all there, he was like, oh no you don't, Pika, you gotta go through me to get to them. So yeah, no surprise there. But other things about Nico Robin when it comes to Zoro is, for one, she always knows he means well. Even if some of these things aren't things necessarily when in the terms of friendship, someone likes, it's because this isn't about friendship. This is about the devotion. Well, you know what? No, maybe not devotion, but your loyalties and how you disrespect your crew members and stuff like that. And I'm talking about when Usopp left the crew all because he couldn't part ways with the Mary, and he got into an argument with Luffy. Now, as y'all know, Luffy was willing to bring him back without argument, but Zoro made him realize that he has to stay firm as captain and not let Usopp come back to him just because what, they're friends and they miss each other. Now everyone pretty much wasn't arguing with Zoro except for Chopper and Nami. Nico Robin stayed silent through it all. Sure, she wasn't there when it all happened, but I'm sure she was brought up to speed on what had happened. And even then, she, along with Sanji, was one of the ones who were staying completely silent during the whole thing. Of course, Sanji only spoke up when to make Nami realize that what Zoro's saying is true. Nico Robin never said anything. She stayed remaining silent, mostly because I would like to think that she knew exactly what the situation was, and she agreed with Zoro. Just like she had no problem agreeing with Zoro back in Dressrosa when he was the one that came up with the idea of trying to stop the birdcage. She wasn't surprised at all to hear this was his idea, because she knows Zoro and she knows that he is always the one to go to whenever Luffy's not around in order to know what the next move is to make. She trusts Zoro completely to make the right moves, even if those moves may sound crazy or maybe, what's another way to put it? Not only just crazy, but one of the sounding like a rational thing to do, it's still maybe the best move to make. And let's face it, when it comes to the One Piece shows and everything and these characters, some of these ideas may be nutty, but that's what's kept them alive this whole time. And you know, and I'm sure I said this already, but if I didn't, Nico Robin is the perfect for him because of his soft side too. He has a soft side that he tries to keep very much deep down under him and not let anybody know about. But she is one of the only people who knows about it. And when I talk about that, I talk about, for one, this may have been anime filler arc episode in the post-Christ. And no, not the post-Crisis. I was going to say Crisis on Infinite Earth there. I meant post-Anise Lobby arc. In the post-Anise Lobby arc, Zoro ended up having to be around a bunch of little kids, and he didn't want any of the crew to see him. But oh no, who was it that saw him? It was Nico Robin. Of course, she agreed she would keep quiet about it, but she did say it suited him, and that just embarrassed Zoro badly. And I think it's not because he's or better yet, you know what? Yeah, maybe it's because he was angry that she knows about it because he doesn't want anyone to know about that side of him. But now that she does, he's like the only one she can open up to whenever she's feeling off about something maybe. We definitely know with Nico Robin, she can kind of hint to her. He kind of hinted to her, she kind of hinted to him about her past and everything before we were ever fully explained to it about what happened all those years ago on Ohara. So, yeah, you can just know that those right there, those are some lot of good reasons, if not some good ones to know that, yeah, they seem like to be the right match for each other. Maybe not the complete right, but still there. And yeah, I kind of would say I ship them more than I ship Tashigi. Although I'm not gonna lie, with the Wano arc happening, it's been fun to think of this. Hiyori and Zoro together. I only kind of think of that because I will never forget how when Sanji and Zoro first met back in Wano arc, and then Zoro had already befriended her, that he was just like in horror over that. But even if that would be something, I just still like Nico Robin and Zoro more. But I'm going to go ahead, leave it all at that, and I'll be back later on with you guys as I talk about a Sanji shipping. And I can tell myself going to have a lot of fun with that one because it's Sanji, guys. But either case, that'll be all for today, guys, and I'll see you later on today. And then if you're enjoying my videos, all you got to do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!